Welcome back, viewers. Thank you for staying tuned. And just before the break, we were talking about the business plan, having a business plan in a business, how important it is, etc. But what we're going to do is we're going to go a little bit more into that. And I'm going to ask Mr. Chowdhury if he can share and describe the structure of a business plan. If you can go into the structure of a business plan, please.
Sure. You should always have a mission statement to start off with, and an introduction, and put down what investment you need, what operation roles there have to be in your business. Have a marketing strategy. Have a SWOT analysis. Now, what SWOT analysis is, it's putting your strengths and the weakness in the business plan and the business, and also the figures. So how you need to forecast how much are you, what's your target? How much do you want to make? How much do you want to sell in year one, and do that for 5 years. Like I said, a business plan is for 5 years, and then you could renew it, and that's your guide, because a business doesn't really, it's still in the development mode. It's still a new business till it reaches about 5 years, and that's why it's crucial to have a business plan. Like I said, with marketing, have each stage, from stage 1, stage 2, have it up to stage 5. Like for example, Naga King, we just completed stage 1, now moving on to stage 2. Stage 1 was utilizing newspapers, primary marketing, using TV, using the social network, using bloggers and YouTubers. That was stage 1, and stage 2 is moving into digital marketing and video marketing, which I'll talk in a bit more detail later on. Yeah. But that's stage 2. So you need to have stages in place. So have set bullet points, have stages in place, and also expand on that. What's going to be the pro and what's going to be the cons of you doing that, and put some numbers into that, so you have a rough guide. So should it come to a time where your funds are quite limited, you could always revert back to your business plan and think, I've put a lot of investment in that, I followed this, but I'm short on funds, so what do I do now? And that's where your business plan, you're explaining yourself, what do I do when there's no funds left? So, at this moment, there's a lot of youngsters out there who, they're working, they're under employment, and they have this one role which they've been studying for, or they've dropped out of college or school, and they want to get into business. But one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, I'd have money. Okay. It's all about the finance. I'd have money, and I don't know where to start. When it comes to funds, believe it or not, to start a business, you don't actually need. It's good to have capital, it's good to have support, but if you don't have the capital, there's a lot of support in the UK. Every single city has a chambers of business or something, or like a business support, community out there. Everywhere's different. You could go and get grants, you can make applications where you get some investors. There's even stuff on the internet where you put your idea and people, normal public, will invest. They'll put funds in. I'm not going to mention names, but there's laws out there.
There's quite a few. There's government-backed loans out there as well.
Absolutely. So there's laws out there. So when it comes to finance, that's another crucial part of a business plan, is understanding your finance, where it's going and what's coming and what's going out. Because once you go into business, you need to keep a track of everything. It's very easy to lose track, because once someone knows you're a business person, they see you as a gold dust, and they will come and offer you this, offer you that. But if you don't stick to your business plan, you're going to go off track. And that's where, like I highlighted, business plan is very, very important and crucial.
Well, thank you. You mentioned a few times a business plan is for 5 years. Why do you think it's for 5 years? For the first 5 years is crucial.
Well,
especially
from year 1, from the beginning of your project, your business, to 5 years, you're going to meet a lot of obstacles. It's a learning process, especially if it's a new business that you haven't been into. It's trying to find out what works for the business. That's why the business plan is there. You're trying in different stages. Once you go to year 5, you're most likely there's going to be different time. Things have developed. You might have to redo your business plan in year 5, because as time moves on, technology increases, things in the business world changes. You know, we're in a world and a society where things change all the time. So 5 years is a good time to adapt, modify, and stick to as a guideline.
Yeah, and also I believe they say the first 5 years, because most businesses
Yeah.
that don't do well, they fail within the first 5 years, isn't it?
Absolutely. Believe it or not, a lot of businesses actually fail within 12 months,
Mhm.
purely because you know, they don't have a strong business plan in place, or they're not sticking to a business plan. They've got a business plan, but they don't actually refer back to where they're just doing whatever comes or whatever goes. And a lot of businesses, I'd probably say about 70% of the businesses out there fail within 12 months. Why? Because they're not sticking to the business plan. Your business plan is your Bible to success.
Yeah. You mentioned the first interview, sales and marketing go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And how's that been since you've launched your latest project?
Well, like I said, sales and marketing, they go hand in hand. Without marketing, sales probably won't exist. They will exist, but not as much. And without obviously a marketing, you won't get the other side. So with Naga King, with my project, it's sales and marketing is a big thing. Marketing is massive. Like I said, my first interview is about 80%. You know, I'm always on top with marketing, and it's the marketing that brings the sales in.
That's right.
For example, with the website that I've got for Naga King, because we've got e-commerce there where people could buy through the website. For people to go and buy the product from the website,
They have to see it first.
they have to see it, and that's where marketing comes in. And especially with digital marketing, and that's why I'm moving forward now to stage 2 marketing, which is digital marketing, because end of the day, everyone has cell phones, everyone's on the internet, people on the internet all the time.
I found a lot of people don't really put the importance on marketing.
No.
Marketing is so important. It's like the most successful business people out there nowadays, or has always been in history, is Jewish people.
Yeah.
And I've been told, I was speaking to a Jewish friend of mine, and they say that what they do, they put 80% of the money back into their business, mainly in terms of marketing.
Yeah.
And I think many business people out there don't realize how important the marketing and the marketing strategy is for their business.
Yeah.
And how they need to keep on top of it.
Absolutely.
Because the sales can't come from anywhere other than yourself marketing it out there.
Yep.
So that people actually have seen it, recognized it, respect your brand, etc.
Well, one of the things I say to a lot of the people that I mentor is, when you do a business and you have funds coming in, have pots. So you've got your pot where you're reinvesting the money from the money that you get, reinvesting it back into the business. You've got a pot where you're paying yourself a wage, and then you've got a pot where the profits that you're getting from your business go to marketing. You should always have different pots in your business. Don't have just 2 pots, which is one is to reinvest back into the business and the other one is wages, because you're not going to expand. Always have different pots. So marketing is massive. You have to put a lot of funds into marketing because it's going to help you get the sales. It's going to build awareness from a brand point of view, and it's going to help you expand in future when you're ready to expand. Marketing is massive. I mean, for example, the internet, we spend you know, a lot of our time in going through different pages.
Yeah, I've been seeing it a lot on
so,
social media.
You know, when it comes to like display, for example, display advertising, you know, we spend 80% of our time, believe it or not, people spend 80% of the time browsing websites and 20% just on search. So that's the research that I've got. And that comes from obviously working in Google. When I used to work in Google, that was the metrics. So you always look at stuff where if you got a display, people, wherever you go, they will see your ad. It follows them. And you know, one day or another, they're going to click on that display ad, and that is a conversion. And that's how you get you know, conversion. And you could always have the metrics as well, so you know where your funds are going.
Yeah.
You know, there's a marketing out there where it's unmeasurable. For example, newspapers. You don't know how many people have picked up a newspaper. You don't know how many people have read that. You don't know how many conversions are from. So from a return on investment point of view, You know, there's certain marketing elements which are good for short term, and there's certain marketing elements which are good for long term.
Yeah. Okay. Now, about social media marketing, you mentioned. How important is that, and what stage of business do you think people should get involved with the social media marketing? Right from the offset, or?
Social media marketing should start from very beginning. You know, they use free tools, start off using the free tools, and then go into sponsored links with, like, for example, all the social networking websites out there. When you're on stage one of marketing, just use the free tools. You know, create pages, create, you know, channels, YouTube channels, or anything, you know, just to get the brand awareness out there. Once you've got your business established, then it's time to do sponsored links, which is paid advertisement. And that could be done in various, all the social websites offer sponsored links, and, you know, put your investment in there, because all of them have metrics. It tells you where your money's going, and you can see like an impression on your return on investment. And we're in a digital age now. It's all about digital advertising.
Yeah, it's true.
So
And
yeah,
the audience is huge for the.
it's massive, and it's not just a particular age, it's all ages. And the good thing about digital marketing is you could do targeted marketing. You could do location targeting. So even if you're a small business and you're just focusing on the area around you, you could do target location marketing just in the areas. It doesn't have to be everywhere, and you know where your marketing's going.
Yeah. Now, coming back to marketing, what about other types of marketing, the traditional marketing methods?
Well, traditional.
We've only got a minute, so I'm just going to...
Traditional, you've got your leaflets, your newspapers, even word of mouth. You know, that's a traditional way of marketing. You know, one person says to 10 people. But the problem with the traditional marketing is it's unmeasurable. So you don't know where your word's going or who's picking it up. And it's a bit of a confusing map. So yeah, it's good, it's got its benefits. It's good to start off with traditional marketing from the beginning of your project, but then I would use it as a short-term solution.
Yeah, yeah. It's about when and how and at what moment you should use it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the things in business is it's all about looking at numbers. So when you do marketing, you need to look at numbers. How many people, how many impressions is my marketing getting, my ad getting? How much money am I putting in? How much money is that money bringing me back from return on investment? It's all about numbers, and that's what you have to do in a business.
We're just going to go to a break. Viewers, stay tuned. On the next segment, we're going to be talking about the mindset, how an individual should think and live in terms of becoming successful. So stay tuned. See you after the break.